Just weeks from now, high school students across the country will be taking the PSAT, and they won't need sharpened number 2 pencils to take the test.
Yeah, for the first time ever, the upcoming PSAT has a new digital format that's adaptive and radically redesigned, but students need to know what to expect when they actually log on.
Yeah, joining us in studio to help students prepare for the new test format is David Blowbaum, the Director of Outreach for the National Test Prep Association. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Schools will still say test scores are optional, but are they really optional, when it comes to getting in the best students for that specific school?
So they're really optional if you want to apply, which means you don't need an SAT or ACT score to apply, but are they equally optional if you actually want to get in? Absolutely not.
Director of Outreach for the National Test Prep Association, David Blowbaum, says that for the first time in history, test scores may be more important than GPAs because of grade inflation.
80% of college applicants have A averages. You cannot stand out with an A average, especially if you're from a disadvantaged background. Then you really need test scores to highlight that you've excelled in your circumstances and for those top colleges to actually recognize you and give you an acceptance letter and more merit aid and more scholarships. In that way, it adapts to a student, which is, one, they get a more appropriately customized exam to their performance ability level, but also it's able to cut out the unnecessary questions and make the exam shorter.
The digital SAT that we're going to be seeing, actually that's being administered now overseas, is a section adaptive test.
Mike Bergen is the president of the National Test Prep Association.
The SAT in any format is a test of fundamental reading, writing, and math ability.
He shows that the largest differentiator of academic success in the long run is actually how you use summers.
Okay.
Which is kind of mind-blowing. Sure. That he studied the kids of the wealthiest kids and the kids of the least wealthy. Mm-hmm. And they actually started out about equal in the beginning of first grade, but by just the end of fifth grade, about 88% of the gap that was developing between the wealthiest and least wealthy was because of summers. 88% of the gap was explained by how they were using summers. So now students will get one short reading passage and then just one question on that short passage. So they don't have to keep in mind a very long passage and answer a bunch of questions on it.
Oh, got it.
And then on the math section, students are now able to use a calculator on both sections. So test is shorter, verbal's more accessible, and on the math, you can use a calculator. So all good changes for students.
Wow, you're right. They might really like these changes. I hope they're listening.